Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny, episode number 577. Uh yeah, it's another day. There goes another day. Don't suppose I come out to stray with you. I was in love alone. Give another song about how I wanted to. Yeah, just been here chilling. What did I do today? I got up before noon. It's pretty surprising. But then I took like a nap at some point. So it doesn't really count. Uh, no, I was just watching podcasts and shit. Yesterday I watched, and I might have seen it before, but I don't really remember when I saw it. But or maybe my brother saw it and told me about it. But I saw the movie Ghost Dad, and if you're not familiar with the film Ghost Dad, it stars Bill Cosby, and the title of the movie pretty much gives away the premise. It's about a dad. He plays a dad, Bill Cosby, who is not really there for his kids, and his wife, had like a disease that terminally killed her, and he's just trying to get this company that he's with this account, and he's got to like make it till Thursday to get the job and all that, like the promotion and everything, blah blah blah. And he ends up dying and becoming a ghost. He doesn't really know he's a ghost, and hilarity ensues because he's trying to still like remain like a father by going to work as a ghost and having his kids help him. But then he's trying to be there for his kids, and ironically, he is there more for his kids as a ghost than when he was as a real person. And it's just a very strange movie. Like, whatever you may think about Bill Cosby now, with all the accusations now, I'm pretty sure they're fact. He's like gone to court and he's been tried and convicted, right, of you know, being a, what's the word? A sexual predator. I don't know what you call it. A deviant. I don't know what you call it, right? I don't know if I'm allowed to say it because he's black, but uh, yeah, like it's an interesting movie just because he there's just the things about it. Like it starts out where it's a real like Final Destination style where he keeps dodging death, but he's gonna die, and then he gets in a cab with this like crazy white dude who they end up like going all fast, and he's like a Satan worshiper, that white dude, and crazy, and he ends up not dying, but it looks like he dies, and then he's a ghost, and he meets this like British dude who's a paranormal scientist, and they're trying to like they think he's dead and he's trying to remain uh there in the real world, and his kids and everyone can see him and hear him in the dark, but they can't see him in the light. And I don't know, it's very odd. I'm not sure like how the idea of this came about, and I don't care to. Well, for one, I don't think you can look it up, and there's really like a lot of information about Ghost Dad. I don't think anyone really cares, but about the lore, or how this came to fruition, because it wasn't really, I guess, that popular of a movie, right? But at the same time, I'm just wondering like who, who thought of this idea, and who was like, yeah, we got to cast Cosby in this. He'll fucking kill it. He's so funny with his, so great with kids because he likes Jello, and he does the weird faces like ooh 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 ooh, that Cosby impression. My brother does it better. But anyways, so he ends up realizing that his body is still alive somewhere. He's just like in a limbo sort of state, of between the afterworld or the afterlife and whatever. And his oldest daughter ends up like getting in that same state where she's in limbo, and they have to take her to the hospital. And he's trying to convince his daughter, who's now a ghost, to get back into her body. And she doesn't want to because she thinks being a ghost is better because it's more carefree. And then they find his body, and he goes back in there, and she goes back in there, and they cry, and they have this moment. And then at the end, they just kind of like drive away and live happily ever after. But there's like a lot of unanswered questions in this movie, like um what well there's a certain point where he helps his business, whatever he was, like a banker or something, get like that account, but his boss fires him and he loses his job, right? But he's fine with it because he at least he's closer to his kids and he helped them out, and he needs to like find his body or whatever. But he doesn't like get his job back. Like I thought there'd be a point where he would like scare the banker into getting his job back, or there would be a moment because like there's a point where that where his boss banker is kind of like yelling really loud and he's like sweating and he's kind of like he looks unhealthy, and you would think he at a moment would die too and his ghost would come out and they would have like this ghost moment, and he tells them, hey, I could put you back in your body, but you got to give me my job back or something, like, like it's very strange that the and at the end where he doesn't like get his job back, it just ends. And I'm wondering, okay, well, this isn't a happy ending because now how is he going to pay the bills and like help his kids survive? I'm glad that everybody's alive, but it's a strange like ending. There's no really full circle moment of him, getting everything he like like still doing what he originally set out to do, but then learning that lesson and still being rewarded for it. Like there's no gratification there on it, and it's just a very strange movie. The effects too, with the where they have him as a ghost, and the rules of the ghost too, where like a ghost kind of phase through like objects and people, and they can be seen in the dark but not any sunlight, and he has to learn to like talk, and if he gets angry he gets out of like a fucking frequency with the real world, and it's very weird rules. I don't understand who wrote this as far as like, oh, this is how death would be and these are the rules that death have to abide by, like it's very very odd. um but yeah, I mean, Ghost Dad, if you want to check it out. I mean, I pirated it off of like some site or whatever. I watched it. I think they have it on like Apple TV for like 3.99 if you want to go like the route and help support Cosby in his most dire time of need. He might be out already. I don't know. He probably, for good behavior or something, he's there doing his like, oh, do things to say that, well, the barbecue chicken. Nah, he didn't say that. The Jello pudding and barbecue chicken and the dick kinkery dickery doo. That's my Cosby. It's not that good. I need to practice it more. Um, and I said to myself, "What a wonderful world." Um, but yeah, uh, Ghost Dad's on, I guess, Apple TV for like 3.99 if you want to watch it. I bet you could find a DVD copy of it cheaper on eBay. Because you got to keep physical media alive. They're taking our physical media. They're those immigrants. No, I don't know, the digital immigrants, digigrants. Um, but it was an interesting watch. Just watched it for the heck of it. I really didn't even have like an assignment of to watch Ghost Dad. I'll probably try to get mint to watch it, but it's a very odd movie. It just is very odd, Like I don't get who like with all the great stories that are told now and or that get rejected or whatever. I just wonder like how this one made it onto an executive's desk and was like, yeah, this is the one we got to do. Like this is a fucking this is a hit, Ghost Dad. Like people will fucking get this. Like this needs a star, like only like honestly though, only Cosby could have probably pulled this off. I don't think really anyone else could have. Try to think of like who was popular at that time, like fucking Dan Aykroyd, and I don't know who fucking could have pulled this off. Who's the dude from Police Academy? Mahoney, Steve Gutenberg. I don't think Steve Gutenberg could have pulled this off. Steve Gutenberg can pull a lot of things off, but I don't think he could have pulled this off. No, no. I should be over all the butterflies. I'm into you. I'm in. And baby, even on the worst nights, I'm into you. And it's all over. And all start. And after all this time, I'm still into you. Should be over all butterflies. With the Jello pudding at the gotta get through this. Gotta get through this. Gotta make it through. Anyways, yeah, you also check out Ghost Dad. that's that's it. That's the episode. I'm just gonna talk about Ghost Dad. There's really nothing else to talk about. Again, it's all just politics, war, and a bunch of other gloomy ass bullshit. So if you want a nice hour and 23-minute long comedy that won't I know it's trying to make you sad, but it doesn't, and then it also doesn't make sense to the laws of death, and then especially with like Negroes and the idea of like black magic, voodoo, and the like New Orleans style afterlife and death and stuff like that. I don't think it makes sense either. Like it was a white man that wrote this for black people, because I know when you look at movies like Princess and the Frog, or there's another horror movie where you could tell like, oh, that one man, I can't remember. It's some like claymation movie that just came out, and Jordan Peele fucking wrote it. Like a claim, not like a stop motion. It is like the makers of Coraline, I think, that did it, and it's very like you could tell when black people are writing like scary stuff, because there's a specific horror way to it with like voodoo and stuff. Whereas if you have like the Mexican culture that I know of, you have like like a lot of ghost children and La Llorona and shit like that. And then you have like the Asian cultures with the rage, dying in with rage, and what else, the ringu, and all that. And then you have the Italian horror that's just a bunch of like zombies. No, I don't know. The Italian horror is pretty cool, but it's not this is an Italian horror. No, but I could use an Italian horror right now. Ayo. And that's where I'm gonna end it with, and that's all funny. Check out Ghost Dad in theaters. Not no, check out Ghost Dad if you want on Apple TV, or you can just like find it. Just Google Ghost Dad, read about it. Learn something new, guys, about Ghost Dad. Ghost Dad. I don't know if it made any money at the box office, if it was a budget hit, but you could learn more about Ghost Dad. I don't think it's anything that was put into the Library of Congress. It's again, Cosby's done better stuff. Trying to think of a better Cosby movie. He was in Jack. I remember that was a pretty interesting role for him to play in Jack. Man, what other movies was Cosby in? I don't know. Honestly, I'm drawing a blank here on Cosby and what movies he's been in, other than like the TV show he did, the Cosby Show, where he challenges that one dude with the sand challenge. And he does the sand tap dancing challenge. That's pretty funny. But yeah, check out Ghost Dad, guys. Ghost Dad is mediocre. Check it out. Put the bitch on the phone. And thank y'all for listening. I'm at Lorenzo Ariola. Talk to you later. Bye.